I welcome all learners, all viewers to my this video, this presentation on hotel receipt. This term we came across in the video on room reservation form, and I thought it would be appropriate to discuss this document first. So let me zoom it first so that we can all see it very clearly. Receipt, I think all of us are familiar with. In school, when you pay your school fee, the school issues you a receipt. So, similarly, in a hotel also, when any guest makes any payment, whether in advance or after his or her stay in the hotel is legally bound to provide a written receipt along with a signature and hotel seal on it as a proof of having received payment. Uh, I will not get very deep into technical issues, but I would just like to remind my viewers that anything which is related to money is very sensitive and must be handled very carefully. So let us go through this form quickly. This here you see is the logo. And I think every hotel document which is shared with the guest or an outsider, it will contain a logo. This helps the hotel in branding and marketing. The idea is if somebody sees something again and again, someone hears something again and again, then they tend to remember it. It is a very scientific fact that when some people are exposed to something repeatedly, it becomes a part of their permanent memory. So, hotel wants to register itself in the guest memory permanently, and that is what logo does. And I think branding and logo we all are aware of. Hotel name, of course, the address, along with the PIN code, so that if anybody wants to contact us or write letters to us, send a complaint to us, then they don't have to look any further. The address is right here on this document. The phone number is also there, so that if they want to contact us, even if it is for a complaint, it is fine. I think we need to understand that every complaint is also an opportunity to build a lasting relationship with the guest. Complaint is an opportunity, I said, because if you solve it quickly, if you solve it effectively, and if you solve it to the guest satisfaction, then the trust of the guest on the hotel simply multiplies. And that is why we should not be afraid of complaints. So, this phone number allows the guest to get in touch with us whenever they want. We also have the email address. So, all contact details are on this document because we want the guest to be in touch with the hotel. It will really benefit the learner to realize that a hotel can only flourish, can only succeed if it gets regular repeat business. I repeat, a hotel can only succeed if it continues to receive regular repeat business. So, our contact details is very important for the guest to have so that they can contact us for new reservation. This date is the date on which this receipt is generated. And look at the language of this document. Received with thanks from Mr. Mrs. Miss. We could simply write their name, but this is the hotel language. This is the hospitality that we are actually grateful to the guest for patronizing our establishment, and that is why we say we thank you. I think we need to understand the idea of competition here. See, every guest has a choice. They can come to our hotel or they can go to a competing hotel. And human beings are rational, they are logical, but they are emotional as well. So, as a hotelier, as a budding hotelier, you need to realize that maintaining healthy, strong, and lasting relationships with guests is a major responsibility of all hotel management staff. So here we write the name. We notice that we already have Mr., Mrs. and Miss. So depending on the guest profile, we choose one of these options. Other two options will be struck off. Struck off means we'll put a cross mark or we'll just strike a line across and only leave the one which is applicable to the guest. So if it's a single lady, then we will strike off Mrs. and Mr. and we'll only allow Miss to stay. If it is a gentleman, we'll strike off Mrs. and Miss and just let Mr. Remain on the book. Room number, this is the room number of the guest where he was staying. The sum of rupees, there's a printing mistake, I'm sorry for that. This is sum of rupees and in words. You'll also have in digits, in numbers and also in words. So you write this amount here. And then there is mode of payment. Was the payment by cash or by check or by draft? So if it was by cash, then of course the amount will be here and cash will be here. We'll just write cash here. In case the booking was through check, then we have to write the check number and the date of issue, etc. The date here is like the date of the issue of the document or the draft. And finally, on account of bill number, this bill number is the main guest of the bill. I think in a hotel there is a facility which is given to all guests. It is known as charge privilege. So all guests who share a credit card with us, a valid credit card with us, then we swipe the credit card, we block a certain amount of money, we get an authorization code from the bank, and that money is blocked in the favor of the hotel. Now the guest cannot spend from this credit card anywhere else because the money is blocked in hotel's favor. So for the guest convenience and also for the hotel convenience, we allow the guest the facility of charge privilege, which means he can go to any outlet, buy on credit and just sign the bill there, the voucher there, and he can pay for all these transactions, all these bills once at departure, and that is called settlement. So for maintaining his various charges, his credit purchases at various points of sale, we maintain a main guest account, and we need to fill this bill number here. We'll have a tutorial on this main guest bill also, and then maybe when you see this video once again, after watching that video on main guest bill, this will become very clear. Here we mention the amount of rupees in digits, in figures, and then we are asking the guest, requesting the guest to please hand over the keys to the reception, because missing keys means we'll have to replace the lock, and we'll have to pay extra for it, and moreover it becomes a security threat for the hotel. So we must ask the guest to deposit the room key at departure. So we are writing it on the document because we have to say this to every guest. So sometimes it is possible that because of work pressure, there is time pressure, we are not able to remind the guest, or we are not able to ask for the room key from the guest. So maybe the guest himself will read this on this receipt, and then himself or herself will deposit the keys to us. And finally, we have this column for signature. The cashier who has received money from the guest, he has to sign this, and he is also responsible to deposit the money that he has received from this guest to the chief cashier, to the head cashier at the end of the shift. So this is all about this document here, and maybe this part I think we missed. Let me just zoom out a bit so that we can see it more clearly. So you see there was this line here, the bill number was mentioned here, and we have to choose one option. Is this a payment which the guest is making to the hotel? Is it an advance? If it's an advance, we will tick this and we will strike off the other things. But if it is a payment, Then payment could be of two types: part payment and full payment. Full payment means after this payment, the guest will have no dues. Guest does not have any accounts receivable. He doesn't owe anything to the hotel. But sometimes he only makes a part payment. Part payment is necessary in case the guest exceeds house limit. So to understand house limit, you have to reach second year and you have to watch a video on front office accounting to understand what is high balance account, what is house limit, what is night auditing. So all the guests who are in danger zone, who have spent a lot, and like I said, we have taken an advance from the guest. So let us say his advance was 3 lakhs rupees, and we thought it would be enough to cover his entire stay's expenses. But the guest habits are different. It is not normal, and he spends quite lavishly. So it is possible that he has spent too much in advance, and now that 3 lakhs rupees that we had blocked in our favor, he is about to cross that, and he still has some more days left to go. So in that case, we will ask the guest, sir, you settle this account with your previous credit card, and please share one more credit card with us so that we can continue giving you uh, charge privilege. So that is when he has to make a part payment. So I hope this part was clear, part payment and full payment. If you have any doubts about this video or this document, you can ask in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this. Have a pleasant day.